So we're here with Keri Hilson backstage. She just put on a great performance. How are you doing today?
I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know you very well, could you tell me, you actually started out writing music for a bunch of big artists, right?
Yeah, well, I guess to the world, that's my start. You know, I did start out as an artist many years before that. My journey so far in the industry has been 12 years. Much of it, yes, behind the scenes. But, you know, being an artist was my plan A, and songwriting just kind of took off further and faster than I ever would have dreamed. And it brought me back to my performing plan A.
And here you are. You're opening up for Lil Wayne. Now, what's that like, opening up for the #1 selling artist of 2008?
Wow, you know, it is an honor. It is an honor, and I think that I'm following suit with maybe some good karma, I guess, or good energy, good success of my own. With my album just debuted at #1 on the R&B hip hop charts.
Congratulations.
Thank you, and #4 on the top 200. So I'm very excited. Very excited.
In a perfect world, what does that mean?
To me, it means it's an incomplete statement. It has the ellipses behind it, just to say that no one's world is perfect, and everyone has something about themselves or their financial status or their body image or love life, whatever it is. There's something you would change if only you could in a perfect world.
What was it like making your debut a couple years ago with Timbaland and The Way I Are and having all that success? Did that kind of prepare you a little bit?
Yeah, it did. I got to do some big shows. We performed like the MTV VMAs in Vegas that year. I think it was 06 or 07. I think it was 07.
What goes through your mind when I say this? Keri Hilson, music superstar.
I don't know. It sounds like an oxymoron right now still. It's still very surreal. Yeah. It sounds like me dreaming.
If your album was a person, what would you describe it as?
Wow. She's honest. She's vulnerable. She's definitely a woman. You know, she is relentless. She sounds like she has worked a very long time. And she sounds hungry. How
do you feel about people who say that this style of music isn't music, or that your sellouts, top 40, all that? You know, how do you respond to something like that?
Well, you know, music is music, and it's ever changing, and it always goes in cycles. You never can predict, you know, what's going to be popular. And, you know, I'm not one of those people that kind of chases now music, you know what I mean? Like pop music, it's not something that I set out to do. I wanted to do what felt good to me, and what feels organic is R&B music. So, you know, I don't know what to say to those people, but keep buying music that you like. You know, I understand from a very young age, I understood like you can't please the whole world, so don't even try.
Do people treat you differently now that you're famous and you're making it big?
Yeah, some do. Some do. I hate meeting someone and they have this preconceived notion of how I'm supposed to be, you know, and I'm very much the same. You ask my mom, you ask anybody that knows me since I was yay high, I am the same Keri Hilson, the same just Keri. And, you know, some people just have this preconceived thing that I'm a diva and that I'm this or that. So if I say one thing, they take it to mean something else. And they're reading way too far into my words, and I'm like, I really didn't mean that. I would have said that and not been famous, and it would have taken on a whole different meaning. So that kind of sucks. It really does suck, because you have to be very careful with how you say things and who you say them to. So
you're not quite famous enough yet where you don't have to worry about getting mobbed by the paparazzi when you go to do simple things?
Right. Yeah, this is true.
Okay.
No paparazzi in most cities. They only really exist in Los Angeles at certain places.
Are you looking forward to that?
I'm not one of the... No, I don't. I actually avoid it. You just don't go to those places. I mean, those that get shots by paparazzi, it's usually because they either tipped them off or they went to the places where they are because they felt they looked good that day and they need to be photographed.
What's Lil Wayne like? I think a lot of people probably wonder, what are these people like behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes, Lil Wayne is very, first of all, you rarely see him behind the scenes. Let me just say that. He's king of the ghost moves. Even on this tour, I've seen him maybe 4 times out of 4 months.
And you're on tour
I
with him.
swear to God. We've even done a song, and that's one of the 4 times that I've seen him. He's very quiet, very reserved. I don't know, it seems as if he's maybe always thinking of a verse or something, always writing in his head, because he's very much to himself.
So what's a typical day like for you on tour?
Typical day on tour, you wake up in whatever city you happen to be in that morning, and you know, I usually run in from the tour bus, which is like an apartment on wheels, except there's no shower. So you run in and you shower in the hotel and hurry up and get dressed for radio, where you have meet and greets and interviews pretty much all day up until performance time.
30 seconds before you go out, you see the fans, you hear the noise. What's going through your head?
Just readiness. Well, tonight, please, Lord, please help me get over this sinus infection. Oh my God. I'm a little like, you know, numb. My whole, because I can't hear over here, it's like the whole side of my face is kind of numb. So I went out with a, you know, somewhat of a little handicap tonight, but tonight was, you know, much like other nights, I'm just like, okay, I'm ready. All right, they seem ready, and I feed off of the energy, and Omaha was a great crowd.
And I bet when you're on stage, you forget that you're sick for a little bit.
No.
No?
You don't.
Totally
you don't.
wrong.
I just kept thinking, I can't hear my earphones. I can't hear.
What's been your never dreamed in a million years moment? What's been so cool since really making it big as an artist?
The first that comes to mind is singing for the Jacksons.
Oh, yeah?
I sang at last year's BMI Awards, and it was a tribute to the Jackson 5. Well, everyone was there but Michael, meaning Tito, Rebe, Janet, the rest of them, and Joe and Catherine, the parents of the Jackson 5. And so they're all on the front row. I see a row of high cheekbones and
You get a little nervous,
all
right?
smiling and just really, I mean, it was amazing. And I killed it. I had to sing a Jackson 5 song. I sang Who's Loving You? And I murdered it. And it was, I never would have thought that all of them would have come backstage and just, they all were looking for me backstage. Like, where is she? Oh my God, it's you. You sounded so lovely. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
If I were to drop my television career and decide to become a rap artist and kind of do what you're doing, she's laughing already. What advice would you give me?
I would say exhaust all options.
Okay.
Because, you know, if it's, no one can tell you, even though it seems very far-fetched.
It seems very, yeah.
It
it's my
seems
dream.
that way, but if it is your dream and it is a passion that is true, you know, first of all, you have to understand if it is a true passion or if it's something that you're driven by other things, other motivating factors. But no one can tell you, because my journey took 12 years, and there have been many, many, many people who told me, maybe you should not, maybe you should go work, maybe you should do this or do that. And I said, no, this is real. So
You think I could make it?
I think you, I haven't heard you rap. I haven't seen the talent part.
You should
That's a
take
big
me.
part of it. I mean,
You should take me under your wing like Timbaland, maybe.
after hearing your talent,
Okay.
possibly.
I'll send you a demo. How's that?
Okay.
Don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from. Come with me behind the scenes, backstage, and onto the tour bus to meet your favorite stars. We are backstage with Slipknot. I am here with my good friend, the American Idol, Chris Allen. I'll ask questions you've never heard before and show you the answers you won't find anywhere else. You said you're a Justin Timberlake fan.
No.
No?
No.
Maybe that wasn't you? What do you like about Katy Perry?
Everything.
Happy
birthday, dear Brian.
Huge meaning or self-defining sort of thing.
I think we just lost one of our interviews. Rate, comment, and subscribe for new videos every week. Reporting for YouTube, I'm Brian O'Dell. I'm the reason you go on tour.
You're the reason I'm here, baby.